make it a point to kind of keep a RBF at the gym so that I will not be approached by anyone or bothered during my workout because I want to do my own thing. But that didn't work. And I had like seen him when I went to the gym that day. I had like seen him for a second. I was like, he's kind of cute. But I just like went around and did my thing, and I had a hurt rotator cuff from surfing. Anyways, so I was just like doing yoga and stuff. That worked. Do yoga. I was doing yoga and stuff. I went over and around. He says that he saw me the first time on the treadmill running, and I'm like, that's when you thought I was the most attractive, was red in the face, sweating and gasping for air within 1 inch of my life. But apparently it worked, and then I came and like was just stretching and doing a cool down. I've been stretching, I guess, worked. And then he just like came over and started asking me, because he was like, oh, are there like group yoga classes or like group, I've been wanting to like get into some exercise classes and stuff here. Do you go to, he was like, yeah, I kind of just come and do my own thing and but he just like came and sat down right on the turf by me, and we sat and talked for like an hour. And then I had to help him figure out how to put my number in his phone, and it was great.
Love it.
Sarah and I met at the gym. I just was being encouraged by people around me, like, hey, you got to put yourself out there. You got to talk to someone. And I'm like, all right. And I actually didn't even go to Gold's Gym. I went there that one time thinking I'd just check it out and see what it was about. And I went in there and I saw her, and I'm like, oh, that girl is really pretty. I wonder if she'll talk to me. So I just kind of was observing and seeing what she was doing, and kind of waited until she was done working out, and then I went up to her and talked to her. And it was crazy because we sat in this one spot for, I don't know, it seemed like an hour or more, and just talked, and I could like instantly, I opened up to her like right away, and she was just easy to talk to.
My first impression of him, he laughs because I've told him. My first impression of him was that he was very put together, which I don't think he takes as a compliment, but I mean it as a very deep compliment. I mean, obviously he's very attractive, but the thing is, like, I've been dating for a long time, and so many times it's just like, you are kind of a disaster, or like, you do not have things together, and I am a very keep it together kind of a person. And so when he was just like talking to me, and just the way he was dressed, his shoes, he was all just so well groomed. I'm like, there's no way you just got done working out. You look amazing. But he just seemed like very put together, and he was just very kind and like easy to talk to. And he had an adorable smile, and it's like, you are a put together individual.
My first impression of Sarah, I thought she was beautiful. I loved her long brown hair, and I loved that you could tell she cared about her fitness, and I loved her smile. She was just very warm and very inviting. I know she probably said that she thought it was very put together. I never really understood what that meant, but yeah, that was my first impression of him.
Well, we kind of had our first date. We kind of had two first dates, because he had texted me and he was like, oh, hey, are you going to the gym today? And I was like, yeah. And then I'd have to look back at these texts and remember exactly. It was something like, oh, do you want to go to, or are you going to the gym today? And I was like, yeah. And then he said, do you want to go together? Or I can't remember what he said. But then I was like, oh, I'll probably just like go and do my own thing. But yeah, we can like hang out after. Like, I thought he was like inviting me to like go on a date kind of after. Oh, are you going to go to the gym? Sweet, let's do something when we're done. I don't know. But in his mind, it was like, let's go to the gym together, which now we go to the gym together every day. We pretty much have gone to the gym together every time since then. But I just wasn't used to that. Like, I've never really worked out with people before. I just get in there and do my thing, unless I'm going to group dance class. And yeah, so that was our first thing. We went and we worked out, and then we went and got Jamba, and then we drove down to the park by John and Debbie's, and I made us run across the street to McKee's Petting Zoo, and I fed the birds some of my Jamba, and then I was about to pee my pants on the way back down Yellowstone when he was taking me back to my car, and so I almost killed us, making him turn very abruptly into the KFC parking lot so I could go in and pee, and then we ate chicken, and then he took me back to my car. So that was like the first time we like hung out and got to know each other, and then when he like planned a date and stuff was next time, which I'm sure is the date that he'll talk about.
First date. Well, there was a little bit of debate with that, but like, cause we hung out like at the gym. Like I called her and asked her if she wanted to hang out, and she's like, yeah, you know, she's like, I'll be at the gym, and if you want to hang out, like I'll be working out doing my own thing, but if you want to hang out, that's fine. So I felt a little bit like I wasn't really sure, but she had mentioned she thought that was our first date, but for me it was like when I organized something. So like our first date, we went paddleboarding, and just kind of hung out paddleboarding. It was kind of, I really got to know her personality, because when like at one point we had 2 paddle boards, and at one point like I got on hers with her, and we were just kind of sitting there talking, floating around, and I was just getting to know her, and I'm more quiet, and the more quiet I got, the more she talked. And it was funny because she at one point she was telling me, you know, if this whole nursing thing doesn't work out, and you know, if all the things I want to do doesn't work out, I'm just going to move to Texas and become a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. So anyway, her personality really came through, and we had a lot of fun. And then after that, we went up to Scout Mountain, where we had like a Dutch oven dinner and hung out. And she actually, when we're sitting there around the fire, there's some funny things that transpired there, but I don't know how much I can get into that. But I remember she held my hand, like sitting around the fire, and I was like, what is going on right now? Like, and my sisters, like, and my brother-in-law and my nephew are sitting right there, and this is the first time they're meeting this girl. Yeah. But it's one of the things that I love about her. She's confident, and she knows what she wants, and she's not afraid to go for it. And so we held hands.
It's cute. Our first kiss was when I think we've been out like 3 times, maybe. Oh, and it was me that initiated it. He, like 6 months into dating, he was like, honey, if you hadn't kissed me, we still wouldn't have had our first kiss. I'm like, oh, please. But no, we were just sitting there on the couch in John and Debbie's basement, and we were just like laughing and talking and stuff. And I was like, oh, you're just so cute. I was sitting right here, and he was sitting right here, and I just leaned over, and I gave him a little kiss, and he immediately went, oh, and he like went and like covered his face with a blanket, and was like, you kissed me. It was the cutest thing. I was like, oh my gosh, you're so adorable. I've acted it out before, and I can reenact that at some point. But yeah, it was just darling. And then I went and I kissed him again, and then that was it. Magical.
Cute.
First kiss. Honestly, like I was moving pretty slow in that department. I would joke with her like 2 or 3 months later that if she wasn't as bold as she was, I don't think we still would have kissed.
What you said.
But yeah, we were sitting down in the basement. I had no idea that it was coming, but again, Sarah she knows what she wants, and she let me know she was interested, and she leaned in and kissed me, and I was like, well, I was pretty taken aback by it. It was funny because after she kissed me, I kind of like slumped off of the couch and like rolled off the couch, and there was like this like blanket or sleeping bag or something on the floor, and I rolled myself up like a burrito inside of it and like hid from her. Like, and I looked at her, I'm like, you just kissed me. And she's like, yeah, I know. I'm like, okay. And it was embarrassing, but
it was cute.
It was fun.
That's cute. Yeah. I love it.
I knew the one. Let's see, I was looking back at my calendar. We've gone to, I mean, I had my suspicions, but we'd only been going out like maybe 3 weeks. And we'd already been to Bear Lake. We'd already met most of my family in that time, that it just kind of serendipitously all happened like that. But it was even before we went to Boise and met his family, Eagle, not Boise. When we just had like a thoughtful heart-to-heart discussion one night, and we were just down there until like, I don't know, 2 or 3 a.m. And I just got to like see him for, oh gosh, I just got to like see him so clearly for I can't talk. Just for who he is and for his heart. And I could just like see into his soul, and I was like, wow. And I think I told him at that time, because I could just like recognize it in an instant. It was like beams of sunlight were shining down. It was like, I think I just looked at him and said, thank you for coming to find me. Because I just knew. Oh, God, pull me out.
Let's see. I think, no, I know. It had to have been when there was this evening we went out. I don't remember the date, the month, but we had gone out, and for whatever reason, her family was in town. She's got family everywhere, so I guess her family's always in town and everywhere. But we had gone around, and like I met one of her uncles, and I met one of her other uncles, and I met her grandma, and her mom and dad were there. Like I just was meeting all sorts of her family. I just was like, wow, she's just got family everywhere. And her aunt and uncle were nice enough to let us borrow their e-bikes that night. We went over there, and she just encouraged us. Her aunt was like, just get on these things, go on a ride, go have fun. And she's like, there's plenty of battery, but there wasn't plenty of battery. Like we got like maybe 2 miles, 3 miles down the road, and the bike died. And we were just like biking around, and I was just like pedaling really hard, like, cause she's sitting on it and I'm pedaling. And at one point she's like, you know, let me pedal now. I'm like, I'm not sure about that. And she's like, I can do it. And so she gets on the back, and she's like way back, and her feet can barely reach the pedals, and she's pedaling as hard as she can. We were just laughing, like, and afterwards we went and got something to eat, and we just had so much fun, and we were just laughing, and I just sat there and looked at her, and I'm like, this girl's amazing. And I just knew right there that this was the start of something. So
yeah, document this. I want to remember. Exactly. Oh no, I can't do it.
pedal hard.
I can't do it.
Hold on, come on. Don't quit.
Downshift.
I'm trying. I can't find it. Look for it.
That's what she said. Go. Downshift.
Go.
Oh my gosh, I'm dead. I'm dying. I'm dead. I can't. I'm stopping. Stopping.
Hop on, lady. Let's go.
I feel so much better on the ground. This bike is not it for us. You ride, I'll walk. Yeah, you can get. See, that's better, huh? It's hard with cargo in the back.
Shift that way. That makes it way harder. Here, you can do it. Come on.
Is it?
Hop on.
What?
Okay, funnest or funniest memory. Well, funniest memory is probably constant, because I'm laughing until my stomach and chest hurts all the time, and wheeze laughing. So funniest, it's hard to pin down because it's kind of constant. I'm just always laughing. Funnest memory, it's been such an adventure, like all the time, just from the very first time that we went to Bear Lake with Keiko and Rob, and we were paddleboarding. Even our first like date when he took us paddleboarding, then we went up to Scout Mountain, when we went and rode Annie and Jason's e-bikes. Well, one of their e-bikes and the battery died, and then he was like muscling his way through paddling, pushing me back to their house on the e-bike by himself. I pedaled for like 30 seconds, so I did contribute. We have fun just constantly. Like all of the food that we go and try and eat, and I love making food with him. We're always having fun.
You guys are always out doing something.
There's a couple that come to mind, but I'll because we have fun like all the time. We're always laughing. We're always having fun. We can just go on a walk, or we can go and plan a full day and just have so much fun. But I think one of the funniest memories that I have of her, well, there's a few. Like there are times when she will just start laughing uncontrollably, and like there's like nothing that can get her to stop. But there was a time when we were on a hike, and we brought some hammocks, and we were hammocking, and she wanted to take some pictures. So like she was all wrapped up in this hammock and took a picture of herself, and she just started laughing like uncontrollably. And I'm like, what? I didn't say anything. I have no idea what's going on. And she starts telling me that she looks like Shelob. And I have no idea. I don't know what that is. I don't know. I have no reference point, but it was so funny, and I didn't even know what was funny, but I just started laughing because she's got tears coming down her face, and she's wrapped up in this thing, and she's sending all these pictures to her family and friends, and they just think it's the funniest thing. But anyway, and then from there on, we had this kind of saying between us. We'd always say, "For the love of Shelob." So anyway, that was funny.
That sounds just like her.
So ugly. I'm crying. I can't breathe. Oh no.
Okay, show. Let's see. Let's see.
You ready? Where is it?
That's to be you. That's you right now. Okay, do it there. This is
What I admire most about Donnie is his faith. He is a man of incredible faith and integrity. He has the most forgiving heart and a very happy and thoughtful mind. He stays very level-headed. I don't know if he's always been this way, but with maturity, because he says that he used to have like more of this fieriness, and I don't know anyone in his family that's fiery like that he could have gotten it from. But he's just very peaceful. Donnie has a very peaceful heart, and he has it. I'm thinking of the phrase exceeding faith. Like he's just full of faith and peace.
There's a lot to admire about Sarah. She's very intelligent. She's so kind. I mean, oftentimes when we're in any sort of social setting or in a room, like she's usually the smartest girl in the room, but nobody usually knows it. And she's pretty humble and quiet about it, but she's super intelligent. But I think the one thing I admire about her the most is her just personal confidence, and then her ability to be so kind to people. She's very charitable with her time. Like if she's running into people or people want to talk to her, like even if she's rushed, she doesn't make them feel rushed. She's patient with people and has good like she just like gives them the time they need. And Sarah's one of those people that like you don't always remember conversations that you have, but you always remember the way that person makes you feel. And Sarah's one of those people that when you're around her, when you walk away from her, you feel amazing because she's just such a good person and so good with people.
What I look forward to most with Donnie is marrying him. And then I am just so excited to graft this family together with him. I have learned a lot about dynamics and just the Lord, honestly, being able to see his plan and just continuing to let that unfold for us is miraculous. It's been nothing but miracles since I met Donnie, and and even before then, but just being able to look back and like see all the pieces of that coming together for us. So just continuing to see this, like I just see a tree in the Lord's vineyard of like branches being removed and things being grafted in and just creating this beautiful tree of life for us. So just building that family unit together and continuing to have adventures all through life with him that's everything.
Honestly, I look forward to today. I mean, obviously there's a lot of fun things that we can look forward to in the future, but I just look forward to today, to being with her. It's a pretty simple, straightforward answer, but I just, like, right now after this, we do this, I can't wait to get in the car and laugh with her because I know we will. So I look forward to today with her.
Donnie has a lot of cute little quirkies that I love. Sometimes I try and catch them on camera and then he immediately stops, but he has like these little dances that he does that I think he's told me he like got from Zoe. And let's see if I can kind of reenact one, because there's no way he'll ever do this on video. But like he'll be eating a cookie. Like we were at the house last night and Debbie made these amazing chocolate chip cookies, and he'll just take a bite and it's like, oh, it's so good. Like it takes over his body, and he'll just like do this face of like, that's so good. And then he just starts doing like this dance. I love it. I think it's hilarious. He has plenty of cute quirks and stuff, but that one I think he'll forgive me for bringing up.
It's cute.
Something quirky or cute. I don't know, like when she gets kind of in like when we're around family and like things are going on and like we're like making dinner or whatever, or she's got projects to do. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but her like little wings go up like this. And she starts fluttering around. It's a little quirky, but it's really cute. And yeah, I think that's...
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Donnie has changed me for the better in every single way, and I think that is the mark of when a relationship is like evenly yoked and very aligned and coming together in like all of the synchronicity and just things working and orchestrating together. He makes me better spiritually, mentally, emotionally. He evens me out because I do have a lot of the fiery, and he just like brings peace and calm to that for me. What was the question?
How does he change you?
How does he change me for the better? How has he changed me for the better? He's made it just a lot easier for me to just be at peace and just be happy. Like I don't worry as much. And when there are like worrisome moments, he brings like really great perspective and just like relieves the situation with humor and with insight and with just loves and hugs sometimes. And he changes me for the better in every way. He really like is excited about my ambitions and my passions in life. He's so encouraging and excited for everything that I want to do, like career-wise and as a mother and as a homemaker and just everything that I want to do. He just adds fuel of love and light into, and he changes everything for the better.
In lots of ways, but I think her like self-confidence, and her just a surety of the future and her surety of just life in general just has lent itself to me, and I've taken a lot from that, and just having that self assurity and confidence, I think that'd probably be one of many things.
Donnie is constantly thoughtful. The first time that I was really impressed with how thoughtful he was is when he came and he brought me this orchid. Oh, I should have brought it here with me. I'm sure I'll bring it to the wedding. He brought me this orchid while I was at work and Debbie was home. And he didn't have a pen to write on the card. And so he went around from house to house to their surrounding neighbors to find a pen. And Debbie said that when she looked outside and saw him coming with his pen and his card and his flower, he was just like this giddy little puppy, so excited to go. And when she told me about it later, she just like broke down into tears and was like, oh my gosh, he's so adorable. Debbie crying. And then I started crying. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe the way he loves me. And it was just adorable.
Sarah is like really thoughtful, like to the point where it's like, I feel like she's reading my mind. Like I swear, like there'd be times where I'll be thinking something and then all of a sudden it'll just magically appear. Like I'm thirsty in my head and like she's like flutters over, here's some water. Like she's constantly thinking about my needs, like all the time. She's super thoughtful. Like if you like one example would be, I told her I was gonna have a really late night because I was helping my sister and brother-in-law finish up their basement, and we were kind of trying to meet some deadlines, and I let her know it was gonna be like a really late night. And she's like, oh, I'm just gonna come over and just be with you. So she came over, she was hanging out with my sister, and me and my brother-in-law were getting after it down in the basement. And when I got done, all the things that I normally have to do at night, like get my clothes ready for the next day, pack a lunch, just all the little things that I need to do, that it's like another 30 minutes or so. When I got upstairs and she had left, she had done all these things for me. And it was just so sweet. So those are the things that really say, I love you.
We share gospel-oriented values. We share a love of the Savior. We have him as the center of our lives, which is the basis for everything then to branch off of. We really care about health in all aspects of life, mental, emotional, financial health, all around. We're very family-oriented. We love food. We love cooking. We love being outside and adventuring together. We have values of integrity and compassion and service that I think run very, very deep. And yeah, we have a lot of similar interests and shared values.
I think we, as far as like core values go, like our core values really align as far as like faith and the importance of the gospel in our lives and family. And prioritizing our relationship. So a lot of our values align. What was the other thing?
Yeah, and dreams.
Dreams. Yeah, I think we often talk about our dreams, like how we dream together all the time, like what our home will be like, and how we want the outside space to be in the inside, and what it looks like with our family and with our kids, and that we're always dreaming together, and it's fun.
Yeah. Pre-aligned. Perfect.
He proposed with a lot of forethought, and it was kind of miraculous how it all came together. Like he told me him and Rob were going mountain biking, but then really they were going to set up this grove of trees, and like the light was shining through and marked the spot. I guess it was a this is the place moment. And so they like cleared all of that. So many people that I did not even know were a part of that, like were helping and orchestrating things behind the scenes. And there were just all these magical lights and candles, and he had our favorite drinks and snacks and chocolate and flowers and the hammock and our favorite song playing in the background. Like it was completely overwhelming of just, I was in complete awe and shock, and I couldn't even look at him when he was proposing because I was just like, But it is really funny as we were like going on our nature walk up Scout Mountain and circling around on this hike that I thought he had no idea where he was going. It was like telling him, okay, honey, like we're planning on getting married the end of June. We need to get engagement pictures. Like, and he's like, just book them. And I'm like, well, I can't book them because we're not actually engaged, which is okay. And you know, I just don't even need to wear a ring in our pictures. Yeah, I'll just book it and we'll go take pictures and it'll be fine. And I'm just like lecturing about how we need to be engaged the whole walk. And he's just like walking and smiling and shaking his head and stuff. And then we like got up to the clearing and yeah, then I could hear the music and I was like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? But like we went to a nice dinner and we got all ready and it was magical because that's where we went on like our first date was up to Scout Mountain. And so it was a really special spot and a really special night. I will never forget.
Oh, it's so cute.
So I proposed to Sarah up at Scout Mountain. It was just to kind of, I tried to recreate
Olivia,
our first date.
This is the acoustic version.
We did that.
I don't know.
The regular version is like this.
Sing it.
The night before,
So like Olivia, you know this song? This is the acoustic
Scout
version.
Mountain.
I don't know.
The regular version is like this.
We found a spot. Kind of had some trees that were in a circle, and we cleared out the area and broke a lot of the branches at the base of the tree down. And we just spent a few hours just kind of scouting area and getting it ready. And then I had some, friends and family that went up there the day of and took all the stuff up there and like prepped it. We got flowers and lights and all the things that we needed. So we got the area ready and I took her out to dinner and then we met up there. But I don't think she knew that it was happening at all. And because I was just acting like I didn't even want to go up to Scout Mountain, and my sister kept texting me like, come on, it'll be fun. And I was telling her, I don't know if I want to go. And she's like, oh, let's just go. I think it'll be fun. And so I played it off in a way that didn't sound like it was really anything going to be happening. And so we go up there and, we're hanging out around the fire and we're, just kind of recreating this date and having fun together. And at some point my sister or my brother-in-law was like, hey, do you guys want to go do the night loop or what? I don't remember what it's called, but they made some excuse like, go try this out. We do this at night. It's fun. You take the headlamps and you go on this walk. It's just a mile loop. And again, I was like, I don't know. And then so ultimately we decided to, and we start going and it was, we're on this hike and I'm playing dumb the whole time. Like, I don't know where I'm going and we're going to get lost. And I'm sure she thought we were going to get eaten by a bear or something. So we're going, and I even stopped at one point, like in this swampy area, to just kind of make her feel like maybe it would happen. And then I kept walking because I could tell she was like, is something going to happen or not? And she's like, this is kind of weird, but we kept going. And as we're walking, she brings up the idea of like, hey, we're getting close to when we decided that we're going to get married and, like you haven't proposed yet and I need a ring and I already have the photographer like set up, like, are we going to do this thing? And like, we're probably like 20 yards from where I'm going to propose to her. And she's just like lecturing me about like I need a ring for these pictures, and so and I in my mind like I'm in front of her because the path is so narrow and she's just behind me like, hey, and I'm just like smiling to myself like and then we're like literally right there, like I can see the candles glowing and then I can hear the music playing and she's telling me like we got to do this, and in my mind I'm like, if you'll just be quiet for like a second, you're gonna see that this is about to happen. So anyway, we get in there and she finally realizes what's happening and she's just quiet and she became really emotional and it was really sweet. And we had a really cool moment and we kind of just danced in the dark to this music and these candles. And then when the music was over, they hit the lights for me and then the whole area lit up. And then I proposed to her right there.
So cute. Love it.
One message I would give him right now is how much I love him. He is my honey bun sugar plum, as I always say, like the little voiceover song, you're my honey bun sugar plums, crummy, yummy, yumptious, which is why I call him my honey, you're my sweetie pie. I'm always singing that a nauseating amount to him. You're my honey bun sugar plum. I love you so much. I can't wait to marry you and do all of life with you. There will be ups and downs and unforeseen circumstances and changes, and it won't matter. We're just gonna face everything that comes and face it with joy and with the Lord on our side and forged together. It will just all be one adventure, and I can't wait for it.
If I would just say that I love you, Sarah, and I'm so grateful that we met, and I look forward to our lives together. And I love spending every day with you. I'm pretty sure, like, from the time we met, well, about after our first date, I don't think we've spent one day apart. Like, we are together every day, all day long, and we just have so much fun, and I look forward to doing more of that with you.